Welcome to the Joyride podcast, where we explore the path to becoming your most authentic self. I'm your host, Rebecca Joy, a self-development coach, human design expert, spiritual enthusiast, and motivational speaker who's absolutely obsessed with personal growth and transformation. On this podcast, I'll be sharing my own journey and insights to help you activate your power, amplify your confidence, and become the most magnetic version of yourself. Each episode delivers actionable strategies, powerful energy shifts, and spiritual wisdom that you can immediately apply to break through any limitations and create lasting change. Whether you're seeking deeper self-understanding, professional growth, or spiritual connection, the Joyride gives you the tools to transform your potential into your new abundant reality. Welcome to the Joyride. Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm so excited for today's episode. I was getting ready for bed and I was listening to a podcast by my mentor's mentor. Her name is Nikki Novo. And I was so inspired and the downloads were just flowing through me. And I was like, shit, I can't go to sleep right now, even though it's 9:30. And I was really looking forward to going to bed early. Today is the first day of the new year. Happy New Year. It's the Astrological New Year. It's the spring equinox. It's Aries season. And I was like hyped to go to bed early and get up early. But you know, when you just have a message coming through so strongly for my intuitive people out there, like I have really learned how to hone in on my intuitive gifts and to trust in my gifts. And when something is just like my kind of process is if I'm in the shower or if I'm on a walk and I'm listening to a podcast or something where I'm listening to something else, and then all of a sudden my brain switches off, and even though I'm still playing that thing, I'm having my own conversation in my head. I'm like, I need to stop this and I need to go create and put my message out there. So that's how I was feeling tonight. I'm sitting in my office. I turned off the lights and it's like such a vibe. And I'm excited to be here with you all to be sharing this episode. First of all, shameless plug for the launch of my YouTube channel. I don't think that I have uploaded a podcast episode talking about the launch yet because honestly, you guys, I am giving myself a lot of grace with these new endeavors of mine because these are endeavors that I've wanted for as long as I can remember, and I now am getting support in my business, and I'm learning how to be really patient, and I'm learning to let go, and I'm learning to surrender, and I'm learning to really, really trust in the timing of things. And right now, before we get into this episode and the theme of this episode, I just want to share, personally, I'm in the beginning stages of navigating really this new schedule for me because I do dearly love this podcast and it feels like such a sacred, safe space for me. It is truly transformed into something for me that feels like very comfy, very cozy. It's like my digital diary. Like I feel really comfortable sharing whatever I feel called to share. I can show up and I can look however I want and no one's going to judge me. And I really want to keep this, and I see this vision for this podcast being just that, like a safe, cozy, safe space where I bring in my favorite people and we have really beautiful conversations and I get to update you all in my life and you get to see this depth to me. And with my YouTube channel, I'm still navigating how I approach that, but what I am intuitively feeling is I want it to be this space of not just like education and inspiration and like really divine messages that come through, but I also want it to be a space of pure entertainment. Like I've started to really look at myself, and even when I'm talking about myself to other people, I'm like, stuttering there. I'm an entertainer. Like that is something that I've had to really come on board with over the past few weeks and really let that land and resonate within me because it's something that I've always known about myself. Like I'm funny as fuck and I'm super dramatic and I'm such a storyteller, and I've always known from the get-go when I started to, I guess you can say, like market my own energy and sell who I am as a person, I've always known that I want people to work with me for me, because that's how I feel with every single person that I work with in my life. Like, I'm working with you because it's you. It's not because of, like, yes, because of the information that you give me and your skill and the knowledge, but like, why I'm sticking with you is because of you as a human being. And that is something that I have always wanted to, like, just have that be a priority for anyone that works with me. And now I'm, creating a bigger and a different version for my life where I'm like, yeah, I'm the badass coach because I'm such a natural nurturer and caretaker. And like the positivity and the optimism and the ideas and the potential that I see in people, it just flows out of me, right? It's just like who I am and who I've really like grown to be and like really learned to love about myself. Like, this is just a natural part of me, but I'm also like, I want to put on a show for people, and I'm an entertainer, and I want people to fall in love with Rebecca outside of just being this like source of empowerment and inspiration, because that's always going to be there. So I'm figuring it out, and not even like I'm figuring it out. I'm letting myself really take a step back and just letting it run its natural course. And, if I come out with a podcast episode once a month, okay. If I come out with one twice a month, cool, because I'm also prioritizing YouTube and I still want to do them both. And it is really, really important for me to express every side of me out in the world. That's also like the energy that I'm really working with right now. It's like, whoa, I'm discovering, these other parts of me and these other sides of me, and they can all coexist. And I think that it's so beautiful. And unfortunately, I think that a lot of us think that we just have to pick, that one type of expression or this one side of us. And it's like, no, bitch, I'm going to give the world all of me, okay? Because some days I'm the baddie who's so confident and the sex appeal and all this, and other days I'm like, I could not feel more opposite. And I think it's to put all of you out on display, and not out on display of like, oh my God, be the pick-me girl, but it's like to give the world every single side of you and to own every single side of you is so fucking cool. Like, that is just the coolest thing to me, when you can embody like just this vastness when it comes to your sense of self-expression. So with all that being said, go follow me on YouTube. I would love to have your support. I plan on going viral. I plan on being a force on YouTube. It's something that I've wanted for as long as I can remember. And it really, really excites me. And I'm excited to have my own show. It's called Filled with Joy. And to see myself on camera. And again, to give the world this side of me that, not to say that I haven't shown, because it's come out for sure online, but to have like a sacred space to just give the world this other side of me, I'm super freaking pumped about. So anyways, super excited about that. For today's episode, I really want to talk about value. Value has been something that has been on my mind since the end of January. And I'm going to tell you what like specifically inspired this episode that I'm recording right now. As I just mentioned, I was getting ready for bed and I was listening to this podcast episode of Nikki Novo's, and I am new to Nikki Novo. I have heard about her through my mentor, Sean, who is just so incredible. I've worked with her for years, but we have been working really closely together over the past few months, and she has just crazy psychic gifts. And like, I would say that her, like, the biggest theme around her gifts is connecting with your soul and connecting with what the soul truly desires and like walking and creating the soul's path. So I have been doing so much deep work around like uncovering soul contracts and my soul's path and all that good stuff. But anyways, in this specific episode that I was listening to, it was titled like Messages from Your Doubt. And basically Nikki was sharing 7 like communal messages about our doubt. And the last message was all about money. And she was like, I love that this community is like y'all are hustlers and like y'all want to get your bag and like get your money. And I just love that for us. And money is something that is always, always, always top of mind for me. And she said the message around your doubt for this specific message is that your doubt is wondering if these new ventures and like these new creations or things that you're going after are going to make you money. And instantly, like, I'm the type of person where I'm like, okay, I'm like putting the pieces together, I'm connecting the dots. I'm like, okay, of course, I'm thinking about like YouTube, I'm thinking about like my different style of coaching containers, because I'm really scaling back on my services and like really only pouring my energy in the direction that like I've really always wanted it to go. And I've just been spreading myself way too thin because I had a lot of doubt and I didn't believe in myself enough. So anyways, I'm like, making all the connections here. And she was saying like, it's not about making the money necessarily. It's about creating and being more valuable. And it was one of those things that, when someone says something, you're like, for me, I'm like very vocal. I'm like, yes. Or I like make these sounds. I'm like, like it's always like an for me, or like, oh my God. Like I'm always just like making like a visceral sound. And when she said that, I was like, immediately I need to go write it on my sticky note. I have a bunch of sticky notes next to my coffee maker because, I'm making coffee every day. And I'm like, this is going up there. And I literally wrote down, it's not about making money. It's about being more valuable. And it just, like the way that I had listened to another podcast episode she was on, Transform with the Sammys, which I'm sure you all know, Sammy Spalter and Sammy Clark. They are wonderful. And I just really, really resonated with the episode. And she was talking about like when someone says something that really, really lands in you. Like for me, it's always felt like the words are like bolded or italicized, or it's like you make a sound, and that's exactly how she described it. And sometimes I just like forget how deeply witchy and psychic and intuitive I am, because I'm just like such a knower. And I'm like, of course people feel the same way. But like, I think it's important to talk about it because maybe you're having the same, signs or feelings, and like you never really interpreted it as being super intuitive, but like we're all so fucking witchy and intuitive. And like my naturopath, she always jokes, she's like, you are just like on a different level. I'm like, I know, I've known that I was a witch since I was like 5. Like tell me something I don't know. So anyways, coming back to value, that really, really resonated with me. And there have been so many signs and people that have been brought into my life to help me really clarify my sense of value within myself. I will say that it first started to pop up a few months ago when I was really diving deeper into my own astrological chart. And I'm always going to share, my teachings and what I've learned with all of you to see if there's, some type of resonance within you and your journey and what you're moving through. And I've been really exploring my second house specifically, because your second house basically like tells you what you value in your life. And so like each house in the astrological chart or astrological system is ruled by a certain zodiac sign. So like, for instance, I have like a shit ton of Libra placements in the 4th house, which is ruled by Cancer. But specifically, my second house is in Leo. I think it's ruled by Taurus. Like I'm pretty sure, but I would have to double check. But I've been really exploring and like discovering what that means to me to have like so many of my values being rooted in like the themes of the Leo archetype. So when I think about Leo, I think about like first and foremost like self-expression and being on stage and being seen and having recognition and being creative and just like expressing yourself. And when I think about like people in my life, not all of them actually, but like there are some standout Leos, like my girlfriend Sarah. I just love her to death. She's actually not a Leo sun, she's a Cancer sun, but she's a Leo rising. And like, I don't know if you know this, but your rising sign is actually what most people see when they first meet you. It's kind of like the mask that you are presenting and giving to the world. But it also really like dominates your chart in such a powerful way because it's your chart's ruler. So for me, I'm a Cancer rising. So like when a lot of people meet me, I give off very strong Cancer vibes. And I've learned about myself that like when it comes to like my soul's desires and my purpose, like a lot of those things, like my soul really, really desires a lot of like the Cancerian traits and archetypes. So like my friend Sarah, like she's got like a ton of tattoos. She's like the sweetest woman in the world. She gives me like the best big sister vibe. She's that person where I could call it like 5 a.m. and she's like, I'd be there. Like, but she just, her style is like with the leopard, and it's like you can see her coming from a mile away because of how bright her nails are, and like she always looks amazing, and just like she always has her spray tan, and I'm like, Sarah, like when do you not look so fucking hot? Like she is 10 years older than me, and I'm like, you are the hottest bitch in the gym, and we're in the fucking gym. Like what is happening here? Like I love how much she loves to express herself through her clothing and through like just like art on her body and like her nails and just I just love it so much. So when I think about Leo, I don't necessarily see myself as being like the flashy person. Not to say that she's flashy by any means, but like when I think about Leo traits, I think about self-expression. And when I have been thinking about value over the past few months, like I really connected with this knowing of like, oh my gosh, wow, like all throughout my 20s, all I ever wanted to do was self-express. Like I was never obsessed with like the idea of business. Like I don't give a fuck about business. Like, yeah, I love having my own business, but like to me, having my own business is having the ability and having the space to express myself in whatever way I feel called to do so. Like, and that is something that was so just like my biggest priority in my 20s. Like, I need to be able to create a life where I am able to express myself, because I've been in so many jobs, like jobs for 3 months, jobs for a month, jobs for 6 months, where I just felt constricted and I felt like I wasn't able to express myself. So before I move forward, I want you to, pause this, or after this, take a look at your astrological chart and see what placement you have in your second house. And you don't necessarily need to have like your Mars there or something. Like I don't even think I have any of my placements there. I just know that my second house is in Leo, and like that's still like there's still a lot of value there, right? So like look to see what your second house is ruled by. It's going to tell you a lot about what you value. The other like really like powerful connection that I've made when it comes to my value is I had an EFT tapping session at the end of January, and I came into it and I was like, I have money blocks and I want these money blocks gone because I want to manifest a lot of money. And so much came forward for me, specifically around like, yes, childhood things, but more so about like the value that I see within myself and what I'm currently placing my value in. And after, like in that session, but also walking away, it was so eye-opening for me, because I was like, holy shit, like this whole time, like I have really struggled with money over the span of my 20s. And I know that it's, a part of my purpose, as everything is. It's a part of, like I'm blanking on the word, what it's called in Kabbalah. My tikkun. Tikkun is basically like the challenges that you are meant to transform. Like I know that it's part of my tikkun, and it's like just a huge thing that I have been challenged by in my life. And I know for a fact that, I'm meant to go through this challenge and come out on the other side. Just like, people struggle with their weight, or people struggle with acne, or people struggle with partnerships, or people like, to me, it's always been like yes, I've struggled with partnerships, but like I've also been like so self-focused on myself that I didn't really see it as a challenge. But like money has always been a challenge for me, and like really seeing myself as a source of value for other people. So when I came out of the session, I was just like dumbfounded, and I was like baffled, because especially when it came to like, you know, me consciously and intentionally desiring a partnership. Like I told her, I'm ready for a partnership. I'm ready for my boyfriend, partner, you know, whatever God wants to send me. But, you know, over the past few months, I've been really receiving a lot of clarity around it. And I'm like, no, I don't want a fucking boyfriend. Like I want my life partner. Like I want my husband. And I have had to do a lot of work around truly seeing my value, because I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, you know, especially as women, like kind of being forced to, you know, be both roles, like be the feminine, be the masculine. Like I have always seen myself as a very strong dominant force, because it's like I fucking have had to be like my parents have helped me out in certain ways in my life. Financially they've helped me out, but like physically, emotionally, like all the other ways, like I have only had me. And I've really had to learn how to lean on myself. But like for me specifically, I have placed so much of my value into metrics and into how much money I'm making and how much recognition I'm getting and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I walked away from this session and I was just like, I am the dream partner. Like, even though I'm not making as much money as I know I should be making, or I know that I'm capable of making for some reason that, like, you know, I don't want to say figured out, because that just like feels wrong to me. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it just hasn't happened yet for me. But like, I just saw myself through such a different lens, and I was like, oh my gosh, like any man would be so lucky to have me because of how much value I am able to bring forth in a partnership and in a marriage and as a mother for my kids. And like I really got to sit with myself and think about how deeply I appreciate myself and how deeply appreciative I am of how I take care of myself, how I eat, my self-care, how I work out, how I treat my friends, how much I like love and respect my parents, and this like beautiful relationship that I have with my brothers, and just like how caring I am, how loyal I am, how much I deeply, deeply care about my clients and my work. And it was just like this huge long list of positives. And I was like, literally, you guys, I sat there, I was like, you dumb bitch. Like, I can talk to myself about, you know, I can talk to myself like that because it's funny and I'm like super sarcastic, but I'm like, how in the fuck was I placing literally 99.8% of my value into how much money I'm making when, like, at the end of the day, like, yes, you know, we have to support ourselves, especially if you're single and you're doing life alone. Not to say that, like, I won't support myself in a marriage and in a partnership, of course, but I'm also like, I know that I want to be with a man who's like holding down the fucking fort financially. Like, my dad was always that for my mom and for my family. And when I'm around certain friends and their families and their partners, like, the men are fucking holding it down. And like, my friends are like badass baller bitches. Like, they work so fucking hard and they make great money, but like, their men are still holding shit down. So I've always known that I've wanted that for myself, but it took a lot of time for me to really like trust and believe in that and like say like, it's okay. Like, it's okay that you want this. It's okay that you want this type of life. But to be able to step back and see myself and be like, oh my gosh, Rebecca, like, you are so incredibly valuable. And like, none of this has to do with like the way that your body looks, and none of this has to do with the way that you physically look or how much money you're bringing in. It's like, I really had to think about me and how I live my life and my energy and all of this. So, you know, I really want you to think about that too, and like think about, you know, how am I valuing myself right now? Like, am I placing all of my value in one type of way? Is it how much money I'm making? Is it how much I look? Is it how much I weigh? Is it, you know, how good of a friend I am? Because I promise you that you are it's very, very like likely that you are missing like just all of these other truly beautiful, expansive qualities about yourself that make you so valuable. Like a lot of times we focus on the insignificant things. I'm like, I've really struggled with money and being an entrepreneur. Like, okay, cool. Like, but look at all of the other amazing stuff. Like, I think about some friends of mine, I will not name names, but like just friends who don't, they don't take care of themselves the way that I do. And their home doesn't look the way that mine does. And I'm like, my husband is so lucky because not only is he going to be marrying a fucking baddie who looks incredible, but like the house is going to be clean. And he's going to come home to cookies and candles lit and flowers, and it's going to smell good. And I'm going to make him dinner, and like the laundry will be done. And I'm like, oh yeah, I had these like amazing sessions today, and I had this interview, and I did this photo shoot. It's like, how fucking badass is that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like really taking a step back and like looking at yourself through a different set of eyes, like that's what really helps me in a lot of situations. Like either looking at yourself from, an older perspective or a younger perspective. The younger perspective really helps, like envisioning yourself 10 years or 20 years younger and being like, holy shit, like look at all that I've done and look at what I've created for myself and look at who I am as a person, right? Like I want you to really sit down, and this is such a beautiful time to do this practice and do this exercise because it's our first day of the new year and this is our fresh start and this is our new beginning. So having that session really, really opened my eyes. But for me also, like kind of switching gears here, I will be very open in sharing that like the past, I want to say like ever since probably before September, but like starting in summer of last year, I was starting to really, really feel this shift when it came to how I viewed myself physically. And I made this connection that I have poured a lot of my energy into kind of like creating my body a certain way because I've dealt with a lot of confidence issues when it comes to my face, which is like so weird to even admit because like I don't want to make it seem like for the past 10 years, I'm like, oh my God, you're so ugly. Like it so has not been like that. Like I put on makeup and I'm like, oh my God, you are fucking hot, bitch. Like you look so good. But I'm the type of person who like, let's say for instance, I go on a date with a guy and of course, like I look hot, I'm, glam, my hair's done. I look great outfit, body is banging, like the whole thing. Right. But I'm the type of girl that's like, if I see him the next time and maybe we like go on a walk or go get ice cream or go to coffee, I'm like, I'm super confident in who I am as a person where I'm like, well, maybe I just like didn't feel like wearing makeup that day. And that's just like who I am, and it's how I show up in every aspect of my life. It's how I show up on social media. It's how I show up sometimes in my work and on calls. And I love that about myself. And sometimes I've had to sit with myself and be like, is this a problem that like your skin is breaking out and you look like shit, but like you're totally fine, like going to Trader Joe's and grocery shopping today? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I'm like, is this a bad thing that I'm just like I don't even really care what I look like? And I do think, I never really thought of it as a bad thing, but I do think sometimes we can like self-sabotage because like we're just not in a good headspace where we think like, oh, how do I really explain this? It's like, woe is me, victim mentality. It's kind of like you're making things worse for yourself. Like I definitely have times where I'm like, oh yeah, I could have like put in a little more effort, right? Like, when you're just like being so lazy and you're not putting in any effort. But I also really know myself, and like at the root of who I am, like I am a very honest person. And I think with honesty comes with showing up as you, right, in your skin. Like I would love to have a glam team. It's like truly one of my soul's desires, like the Kardashians. And like I would die to have like Chris Appleton and like Ashley, whatever her name is, like just have my on-call glam people where I'm just like, oh, I'm going to dinner, come glam me. Like that is a dream, right? Like I would get ready way more often. But like sometimes I'm just like, ugh, like my skin doesn't look good, or I just don't want to, right? So the past, I don't even know how many months, 6, 8 months, I've been really struggling with my like physical face and my appearance. And yeah, I've learned that like, okay, a lot of my confidence over the years has come from my body. And I'm really grateful that I kind of went about, understanding who I am as a person and my energy and my sense of confidence that way, because I really fell in love with the physical side of me first. And then once that was like stripped back, I was able to fall in love with like my soul and my energy and my personality and my gifts and my talents and all these things that make up who Rebecca is, like on a soul level, like on an energetic level. And I know that the universe and God has really been testing me lately, because it's been showing me a lot about what like I value and how I see myself. And I had this like such a beautiful download the other day, because I've been really, really honestly considering, you guys, and like I knew stepping into this year, I was like, okay, the last few years I have had so much internal change in my life, like deep, deep, deep healing and internal change. And I'm so grateful for that. But I was like, 2025 is going to be the year of like big fucking external changes for me. I'm like, I want my face to look different. I want what I'm wearing to look different. I want my life to look different. I want to be in a partnership. And you know what I'm saying? Like the big outer things, which like, I think in a spiritual sense, everyone's like, don't chase those things. But I'm like, listen, bitches, like when you've had so many years of like the internal transformation and the internal success, I'm like, it's my fucking turn to like have the external success. So like lately I've been really thinking about like getting my lips done. And there are just like things about my face that I've thought about for like, not even kidding, like 5 to 10 years, like getting my lips done. And I've always like, it's always bugged me that like makeup sits in my smile lines. And like my parents came to visit me this past weekend, and I'm looking at my mom's face and I was like, holy shit, like her like smile lines around her mouth are just like, they're so deep. And I'm like, oh my God, like I just can't imagine being her age and having that. And not to say that that's a bad thing, but also like, I think we can all relate to this. Like there may be comments that your parents say, like my mom makes a lot of comments about her appearance, and I'm like, I hate that you're saying this about yourself. Like I hate it for you, and like I don't want to be that. Like I have always known that like, yeah, if I don't like something about myself, like I'll change it. Like with your body, I'm like, you don't like this, you don't like that you weigh this much. Okay, you have the power to change it. You know what I'm saying? Like you want your boobs to be bigger, like go get a fucking boob job. Like has nothing against me. You know what I'm saying? You know, when people are just like so irritated by the things that you do, I've always been the girl that's like, who gives a fuck? And like no one asked you for your opinion. It's like the bitches that are always complaining about Botox, but I'm over here sitting like, well, you guys need it the most, because like once you get Botox in your forehead, you are living a different life. It's a life that I can't even explain. Like I love a freshly Botoxed forehead. I feel so confident in myself. That's what I'm saying. Like I have really been on this journey over the past 6 to 8 months where I'm like, things are really coming to the forefront for me of like, I don't like this, but like also I have the ability to change it, and I have the ability to do something about it. Like I have my lip filler appointment for like 2 weeks from tomorrow, and you guys, I'm so excited. Like this is something that I've wanted done for like 10 years. And like I'm looking into this like easy gel appointment that basically is like a natural alternative to filler to fill in like my smile lines and like to give me more of like a chin for like my side profile, because I literally despise my side profile. And I'm ranting here about, my own shit, but I swear there's a reason for talking about all this. So this all comes back to value. Like I'm pushing myself in a comfortable way in my life right now, but also in ways that like it's really fucking scary for me to be like, okay, I'm fucking going for this and I'm putting myself out on YouTube. Like with this podcast, it feels very comfortable and very easy because like no one's looking at me and I'm behind a screen, but like my soul is like longing to be seen. Like I need recognition. I need to be seen. It's something that I've known for a very, very long time. And like, I really deeply desire recognition. Like I want a lot of eyes on me, and it's not because like, oh my God, I just want a lot of people to know who I am. But like when I really think about what she had said about like making money and being valuable, I'm like, I want to be someone that is worth knowing, right? Like I want to be someone that people talk about and come up in conversation because like I have made such a powerful impact on their life. And like I am so rooted in this energy of like just fucking going after what I want and like being so confident in that. And like whether I'm wearing makeup or not and my skin's breaking out or not, like I've always known that like I want to be that girl. I want to be that voice of reason for someone. I want to be that example. That's what it is. Like I want to be that example that people are like, you know what? If Rebecca did it, so can I. You know what I'm saying? So like now that I know like, okay, this is my next part of my journey where like my soul is ready for my husband and it wants fame and it wants recognition and it wants to be seen. But in order for all of that to happen, I also know that there are things that I want to change. Like when I think about value and I think about attracting a very high quality man who is secure and loyal and brings me nothing but clarity and treats me like a queen and is hot as fuck and funny and all these things, like I'm like, I want to match that in every single aspect. And I'm so fortunate that over the past 10 years, I've really, like, I didn't consciously realize it until very recently, but I was like developing this inner sense of value. Like, yes, I've done a lot of work around my body and like I've changed my hair color, but like now I'm at the point where I'm just about 6 months from turning 30 and I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm ready to pop out on the other side of being 30 and like have an enhanced face. And like I am so ready every single time that I record a video of myself in the gym or for YouTube or this or that and like really fucking love what I see, because a lot of times, you guys, I don't. And like that is upsetting to me because I'm like, my soul really needs to be out there in the world and to be seen and to be this unwavering like source of strength and energy and confidence for other people. But like I can't do that if I don't experience that for myself. And it has been this like reoccurring kind of like internal conversation that I've had with myself over the past few months. And I feel really confident and really steadfast in sharing those thoughts and opinions because I don't think that anything about this is vain. Like I've always been the person that's like, if you don't like this about yourself, like, and you have the ability to change it, like fucking change it. And also, like, every day I'm like doing my facial massage. I'm doing all these new techniques. Like, I'm the girl that's like, listen, if I can do it in a naturopathic type of way, I'm going to do it. Cause like I am very Eastern medicine, but I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to spend, you know, every single morning doing like intense facial massage in hopes of like my smile lines going away. It's like, I look at my mom and I'm like, this I think is like a genetic thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, also understanding where your value is and like how you want to be spending your time and how you want to be spending your energy, because all of that contributes to your value. And like sometimes I joke with myself, I'm like, bitch, you do enough. Like I do enough of like the health and wellness things and the spiritual things and the rituals, and I'm like, I could easily spend my whole day just working on myself. But sometimes I just want to like maybe take the easy way out, you know, like maybe I can just like get the Botox instead of like doing facial massage on my face for like an hour in hopes, or like buying the crazy tape. You know, it's like the videos or the reels of like the morning shed. Like they're so comical to me because I'm like, what the fuck else are you going to add to this morning shed? Like it's so comical that like this is actually real. And I'm like, one, how are you sleeping with all this shit on your face? And I'm always thinking when people are in a partnership, I'm like, so are you not having sex? Like what is happening here? This is so crazy. Okay, getting back on track and talking about value. Just this message that she shared in the podcast was like the bolded, italicized message, because it reminders like this really help me connect to like, okay, you know, I am creating this new reality for myself where I'm in the partnership and I have the amazing partner who's hot as hell and all these things. And I mentioned like the physicality of it because, you know, like of course when I write about my partner and I think about them, they have all of these amazing, you know, attributes and all these things, but it's kind of just like, he's gonna be hot as fuck and like all these things. Like, yes, he's also gonna be kind and intelligent and funny and all these things, but I don't want it to seem like all I care about is like his looks. But I mention that because what I'm navigating through in my life right now is like something that I've never, I don't think, fully navigated before, when it's come to like this kind of like apprehension when it comes to my physicality. And it's like, okay, well, maybe the next step for me in attracting that partner, because I have done so much work around, my energy and who I am as a person. I'm like, maybe it's time, and I really think it is for me to like really, prioritize these other attributes about myself, how I'm physically looking, and what that's gonna, not only what it's going to attract into my life, and how, enhancing myself is going to make me more valuable, but it's like, how is that going to contribute to this internal sense of value? I'm going to feel so much more confident on camera, and in turn that's going to bring me greater opportunities and, bring me closer to attracting the partner, and like bring me more incredible opportunities for work and all these things. Like, it really is a compound effect. And I think it's just a really important conversation to have, because maybe you're on the other side of kind of where I'm at. Maybe you're like, okay, I've done like the weight thing, I've lost 30 pounds, I've gotten my lips done, and I've done my hair, and I get my nails done every week and all this stuff, but like I'm neglecting all of the internal work that I have to do. Like, obviously we're all at a different part of our journey, and there's no right or wrong way, like there are some people, like I've got friends who've gotten the works done, right? They've got like the boobs and the nose and the hair and the jaw and this, and then I've had friends who've had nothing. And I'm like, there's no right or wrong here. Like, I've had friends who've done a lot of stuff and they're like, maybe I shouldn't have done as much. And then I have friends who've done nothing and then just like complain about how they look. And I'm like, well, this is up to you, right? Like, I'm not going to give you my opinion on what you're going to do, for your physical self, because like you're the person, yes, you're the person that's like going to sleep with yourself at night, of course. But it's like, you're also the person that's looking at yourself in the mirror every day. And it's like, if these things are bothering you, but changing them or enhancing them is going to allow you to become this version of yourself that like you really want to be, and that that you're really capable of being. Like, when I envision myself, I'm like, yeah, I want my husband to look at me and be like, that is my wife. Like, she is mine. Like, and I feel the same way. Like, I see myself attracting a partner that's not just like, oh, he's super hot to me. I'm like, no, like, I want myself to have a partner that women are like, damn, your husband is fine as fuck. And I'm like, I know, because a lot of my friends, I look at their husbands and I'm like, oh my God, your husband is like super hot. Oh my gosh. And of course they're amazing in all these other ways, but it's like, I want my partner, and I want me, and I want you, because of course I want the same things for you, to attract what you are, and it's like, if you view yourself as like, oh, I think I'm so ugly, and like I hate that I scroll every day, and I hate that I don't take care of myself, and I hate that I eat fast food every day, and it's like, well, the universe is just mirroring what you are. And like, for me, when I think about a sense of value, it's like, there's nothing wrong in placing your value in looks. There's nothing wrong in placing your value in the way that you express yourself. There's nothing wrong in placing your value in how much money you make, if that's something that's like really, really important to you. Like, I'm sure all the Capricorns listening are like, yeah, like, I really place my value in my success and how much money I'm making. Like, I just over the past few months my eyes have opened in so many ways, and I've been able to connect to what value truly means for me. And like, when I think about the other, traits of Leo, like Leo can be very vain and very egotistical and like all about me, and like see me and recognize me and all these things. But like, when I think about the best traits of Leo, it's like the biggest lover, and someone that just like wants everyone to be involved, and is like so unapologetic in being seen, and so unapologetic in expressing themselves, and like being okay with like, I don't know, being on show and having the world see them. Like, I think about like Kylie Jenner's a Leo, and I'm like, I just love her. And I know that everyone has controversial opinions about the Kardashians, but I'm like, I think Kylie, like, I love that she's a young mom of two. She's so hot. I'm just like obsessed with her. Like, I'm obsessed with her boobs. They're just like so gorgeous, and she just like owns how freaking hot and sexual and sensual she is, but she's like cute and charming and charismatic and like has incredible success, and like I'm just like, that's what I want for myself, you know? Like I want to be sporty and rich and hot and have my amazing husband and live in a gorgeous home or penthouse and have my bougie ass car, but like also like I want to be the girl that like makes people feel seen. And it's like in my work that I do when I have someone on for a podcast episode or even in a session of mine, like when it's not all about me and it's not all about the Rebecca show, when I'm recording a podcast episode or recording something for YouTube or sharing on social media, it's like nothing truly brings me more joy than giving someone else the spotlight. And like that is what I have always truly valued, because I've always valued recognition. And I'm like, someone just give me the stage and someone just give me the opportunity to share me. Like, I just want to share myself with the world. So when I get to do that for someone else, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it is the best feeling ever. And that is something that is so, so valuable to me. But like, you know, growing up, like my parents never valued expensive things. They never valued luxury in the way that I valued it. And I held on to a lot of guilt and a lot of shame, because I knew from a very young age, I knew that I was like, yeah, I have to be rich. Like, my parents have worked so tremendously hard for all of the wealth and success and abundance that they have, like rightfully so. But I know a lot of people can relate to this. The way that I view money is very, very different from the way that my parents view money, and the way that I spend money is very different. And for the longest time, I just held on to so much guilt and so much shame for the way that I viewed money. Because to me, it's like, well, this is how I express myself. Like, just because you don't see value in this $100 moisturizer, but I do, that doesn't make me wrong. That doesn't make me a bad person. You know, just because I will spend $250 on a facial and you won't, that doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. Or, you know, like if I want to go spend thousands of dollars on like enhancing my face, because that's going to make me, it's going to make me a better me in every aspect of my life, then that's okay. And like, who am I to tell you what you value, right? Like, when we think about our friends and our family members who value being a stay-at-home mom or being a working mom, or, you know, spending all of their money on like spiritual things, but they don't spend their money on anything like luxury, or vice versa. Like, I used to be the girl that's like, why are they spending so much money on like, you know, the materialistic things? Come to realize, I'm like, you know what, I would like to make and I would like to receive a lot more money, because I will always spend my money on, you know, the personal development things and health and wellness things and all those things. But I'm like, I also want to buy Louis bags, and I also want to buy beautiful workout clothes all the time, and I also want to get my hair done and get facials and get my nails done. And like, that's not bad, as long as you are fully accepting what you value, right? And not neglecting these parts of yourself because, oh, it's shameful to spend my money on therapy, or, oh, it's shameful to spend my money on a retreat because your job is like sucking away at your soul. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who am I, or who is anyone else to tell you what you value? And when it comes to, you know, the idea of making money, like, again, just going back to this idea of like, it's not about making money, it's becoming more valuable. And like, in this season of life for I think most of us right now, it's like we're really being shown what contributes to our value. Like, when I think about like being on camera and having a YouTube channel, I'm like, that is adding to my value, not just as a coach, but like value as a person. Like, I want to have this sacred space so I can like make people laugh and bring them joy. And like, maybe you've had a really hard day and you're like, I just want to turn on this 20-minute YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? Like, bringing value in the sense of like creating a career that I truly love, that fulfills me so much, But at the same time, like also taking care of my partner and taking care of my kids and like being able to be multi-hyphenate and be, all of these different people just like wrapped into one amazing package. And I just like, I'm so passionate about that because I think that we just don't give ourselves enough credit. That's like just such a strong theme that has come through in my life, like just not giving myself enough credit for like how truly valuable I am. And like, if I think about someone else, it's like, well, so what that like you can't keep your house clean? Like maybe you don't value that and that's okay. So like get a fucking cleaner. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't value certain things in my business that I don't want to do, that I'm not good at. So I'm like, I'm going to hire someone to help me. Like who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that gives me more time to value the things that I really value. Like having my floral arrangements and making sure that my house is clean. And like with dating, it's like, yeah, I want to look fucking good. Okay. I want to look good for not just me, because that used to be the old me that was super self-focused. Now I'm like, this is not just about me. Like, I am not keeping this sexy body for just me, honey. Like, this is for my man, so he can see me naked and be like, damn, that is my woman. And, when we go to dinner with his coworkers or we go out to, like, a group dinner with friends, he can be like, woof, like, I'm showing her off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that feels really good for me, to step into this new energy of like, this is not just for me anymore. Like the value that I have as an individual, the value that I have as a beautifully divine feminine woman who's like, created this life for herself where her career is all about self-expression and being her, but at the same time, like she's such a natural nurturer and caretaker, and she's holding down the fort emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially too. It's like quadruple threat over here. So my brain is ready to shut off now and I'm ready to go to bed, but I hope that you were able to reflect in this episode and think about all of the ways that you are so valuable, because I promise you that you are just like only scratching the surface right now in truly recognizing your worth. And I'm still over here doing the work, and like things are coming up each and every day, and like just ways that I'm so valuable that I have neglected, or ways that I have overshadowed because I've been so hyper focused on like career and entrepreneurship and like supporting myself. But it's like, think about all of the things that you do every day that you are so proud of yourself. And this is actually a YouTube video that's going to be coming out within the next few weeks, but it's going to be all about like confidence and like how we truly radiate confidence. And for me, a lot of it is like truly seeing the value in who you are every day and how you show up. Like to me, like that's what makes me a confident woman. Like it's not, how my body looks, or it's not like how my face looks that day, or it's not even like, my gifts or what I'm called to share. It's like, how do I show up for myself every day? Like, what work am I putting in every single day, So with that, I'm going to end this episode here. It's a little longer than I expected, but that's just what happens when the downloads are flowing through. I am so grateful for you listening to this episode. Once again, Happy New Year, Happy Aries season, Happy Spring Equinox. This is going to be like my dream year. I don't know about you, but I'm so excited for this year. It's going to be like the best year of my life. I already feel it. And if you are interested in having this year also be the best year of your life, and you are looking for guidance and support, I would love to be that sense of guidance and support for you. A lot of things are changing in my offerings, as I mentioned before, but I am very much so focused on creating these beautiful sacred coaching containers for my clients. They will be very high touch, very high caliber, very exclusive, only taking on like 5 clients at a time, because we're doing some deep shit, because we're making some deep transformations. So I haven't shared too much information about this yet, because I'm still tweaking a few things, because I've got like new branding coming out, new website, all the things very, very soon. Also, the workout program is coming out very soon. I haven't touched upon that much, but I will share more about that in a later episode. But just like so many new changes coming to the forefront, and they are all centered around like my true soul's desires and not being afraid to go in a different direction just because it kind of scares the shit out of me, because we're always just like, oh, is this going to work? Is this going to be sustainable? But it's like, if your soul really wants that, then it's going to work. Sorry, I was like burping at the end of that. But anyways, I will leave all of my information in the show notes, of course. Just like so many other goodies to share, but most of that will be shared on my Instagram and on my YouTube, so make sure that you are following along there. Of course, would love for you to share this podcast episode with someone if you feel called to it, and make sure to rate the podcast if you have not yet done so. Would love to have you leave a comment. You know, I'm just like doing due diligence for myself over here because I'm learning to, always be sharing about me and my services and my gifts. So I'm saying goodnight to you all. Have the best day. Have the best week ahead for whenever this episode comes out. I love you so much. Thank you for being along the joyride journey with me, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.